Hold on. So you're saying I have a 180-day stamp on my passport, but I can only drive for 90 days? What? What is up, people? Today we are making a couple of Costa Rican micheladas. Now, you guys might have heard of micheladas in the past. In Costa Rica, we do it a tad bit differently. As you might know, Costa Rica doesn't really like their spicy foods.
I asked for hot sauce and all you got me was ketchup.
What a michelada is in Costa Rica is almost more of like a Corona with a lime, but with a twist. So let me show you exactly what we do here. Give it the swipe around the rim here. Lemony drink here, and now we toss in my favorite part, the Pilsen. Normally you would use like a light beer, but come on, we don't drink light beer around here. I like to take a little bit of salt, toss it on top, give it a little dip in there, shake it around. People, you guys just don't get it. You just don't understand. On a hot day, so good. All right, let's get into it. Now, normally when I'm asked the same question over and over and over again on my channel, I just feel like it makes more sense to make a video about it, because obviously you guys are concerned, you have questions, you want to know what's going on. The question of the day is, I have 180 days on my visa stamp and my license is only good for 90 days. What's going on with that? Now, the thing in Costa Rica is that they'll start off with an idea, they'll make it a law, and then they'll figure out all the bugs later. So that's kind of what's going on with this. They haven't said anything about the license, and to be honest, this is the way it goes. You know, there are plenty of police out there probably right now that have no idea that people have 180-day stamp. The police are usually not really informed here. I don't mean that in any disrespect. If you are a police officer in Costa Rica, all respect to you, you got a tough job. I get it. There's a lot that's going on here, and you're looking for criminals. You know, you are not an immigration officer. With all the tourism and everything else that goes on, you know, it kind of gets thrown on their back just as another thing that they got to deal with. There is no army in Costa Rica, so imagine the extra work all the police have to do here. With that being said, the police really don't know what is going on. So you might get into an encounter with the police, and they might ask a question or two about a certain situation, and you just explain it to them the way you know it, and normally they're just like, oh, okay, and let you go. Things just get made up along the way. So in reality, the police, they don't really know what is going on. You know, the new law is that we got 180 days, so that's what our license is. Our license is 180 days. Your license goes along with your visa stamp. Otherwise, there would be two different papers that they'd have to go sign off on your license, sign off on your visa. No, that's not how it works. If you have 180 days in Costa Rica, you have 180 days on your license. It's just the way it works here. You could get pulled over and they could ask a couple questions, but you just explain it to them and say, listen, I'm here for 180 days. Here's my license, blah, blah, blah. And 99% of the time, they don't even ask for your passport and your license unless you come to like an immigration stop. Like on the way to Panama, there's an immigration stop, there's a border stop that they're looking for drugs, they're looking for weapons, they're looking for people that are illegal. Those are the only times that I've ever had to show my license and my passport. And normally they just want to see your passport, they don't even ask for the license. I just hand them both. But on a regular police stop, they're looking for anybody out in the street that doesn't have a license, for somebody that doesn't have their insurance on their car. They're looking for people that are overdue on their insurance, people that don't have inspection on their car. That's what they're basically looking for. When you get stopped at a check stop as a gringo, they know you're here on a visa. They know that you're pretty much, it's like you're legal, you know? You're driving a legal car, got your license. They see a gringo and they're just like, he's here on vacation. They don't think that we're doing anything illegal. They know who the illegal ones are, and it's usually the guys on the motorbikes. That's why, you know, a lot of times when you're in a car, the police will just be like, well, no, go, we're looking for motos, you know what I mean? We're looking for bikes, we're looking for, you know, we're looking for bad stamps on your window, overdue insurance, overdue inspection. They're not really checking licenses. Even if they do, they don't know what they're looking at. I've had a guy, he looked at my license, he looked at me, looked at my license, and he said, your license is expired. And I said, no, it's not, it's a brand new license. You know, it's good for 10 years in Florida. I just got it like last year, 2 years ago. And he said, no, it says it's expired. And I said, that's the issue date, not the expiration date. And he went back and forth with me for a couple minutes, and he looked at his partner looked at him like, dude, I don't know, this is your thing. You want to stop this guy for this? I don't, like, whatever. And he looked at it and looked at me, gave it to me and told me to go. You know, it's just like, these guys don't know what they're looking at. They don't speak English, they don't read English, they don't know what they're looking at. The guy saw an expiration date, what he thought was an expiration date, but it's just an issue date. So if it was really a problem, he would have made me get out of the car, he would have called somebody, things would have went a little further. But really, like I said, they don't know what they're looking at, they don't really care. They pretty much know as a gringo, you're 90% legal, you know, for the most part, as long as you haven't overstayed your visa, you're good here. So in reality, to answer your questions, if you are here on a 180-day visa, your license is good for 180 days. I know right now they haven't said anything about that. There's no law about that. There's no paperwork on that. It's just how it is. I mean, they just make up things and they just figure it out as they go along. So I'm sure down the line they'll have a problem somewhere and they'll have to figure it out. It's such a new law that anybody right now has gotten their 180-day stamp. They're good regardless because their 90 days hasn't expired yet either. So obviously one day somebody's gonna ask a question or two and they're gonna have to call and they're gonna figure it out. You know, it might have to go to a higher rank and the higher ups will have to sit in a courtroom one day and they'll have to figure it all out. But right now, you're good. If you got a 180-day stamp, you got a 180-day license. It's just the way it is here. Whatever your visa says is what your license is good for. If you're over your visa, you're over your license. It's all good, people. It's all good. It's even better with a michelada. Ah, so good. All right, guys, this isn't gonna be a long, drawn-out video. I just wanted to answer your questions all at once in one video instead of answering it one by one in each comment, because it gets long, drawn out, and I have to keep on writing it over and over again, and that's kind of annoying. So that is the answer. If you've got a 180-day stamp, you've got a 180-day license, and keep it moving, people. Let's go. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for subscribing. Make sure you hit that like button. I'm gonna enjoy this michelada before the rain comes, because just in that short amount of time, it went from sunny to a little bit dark. So you know how that goes in Costa Rica. Love you guys. See you later.